You're on, well, less than candid camera. And here we go. All right, that's enough of that. Howdy, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome up. I know some of us are still sleeping after a Martin full party and getting a good view of his new shag pad. It's in the garage, in the ceiling. Extra bunk. Now we know where the doghouse is for when he really pisses Katrina off. Or, no, wait, sorry, not Katrina. Katrine. That's right, Katrine. There's no on the end of her name. Sorry about that, Katrine. Today, we're just happy as hell because Skip's home. More or less, finally, yes. He's not in Houston yet. Soon. Very, very soon. And I'll be smoking a Punch Classico Champion. Because I can. Joe! Howdy, Joe. Great to see you, sir. I don't know if Skip will be joining us for this particular tailgate. I'm sure that he's got plenty of stuff to do between packing El Paso and saying adios to some amigos over there. And, well, just being able to relax from not being in Alaska anymore. But if he does, we won't mind. I'm sure we won't mind. Steph won't mind. By the way, Steph, how's the job? Inquiring minds and all that. I debated about doing this tailgate because there's a garage sale right across the street, which means we're having a lot more traffic down the street than normal. But it's not just right across the street. It's down about 3 houses. And somebody let their little dog out. It's about this big. I'm sure y'all could hear it barking. Well, Steph, we know you're pretty set up. Just say it. You didn't have to say that part. Joe, even if they were selling vinyl or cassettes, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything worthwhile. I don't know enough about music to tell you nothing. Comes from having a extremely religious upbringing. All of the music was in church. Ganji! Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Also known as, howdy, friend, how you doing, sir? But yes, as far as I know, even if they were selling vinyl or cassettes, I wouldn't be able to tell you enough to give you any kind of an indication of what it is. Besides that, another man's junk is somebody else's treasure. But mostly their junk is just junk, and I don't want no more of it. I got enough crap in this house. I don't need any more. Thanks. Oui, Ganjuana, oui. And oui and no, which is yes and no. That's about the extent of my French. Now, Holly would be able to speak. Well, at least she used to be able to speak fluently. She hadn't used French in a while. She says she's quite a bit rusty. But she speaks Russian. Went to college for it.
Hey, you know whose dog is this?
No clue. It's a friendly little dog. He just wants to hang out with humans. Any humans. Hopefully not this human. If it does start to hang out with this human, I mean, I'll grab a leash, hang it out there where people can see it. Water and, well, maybe a little cat food. Cat food won't hurt a dog, but dog food will hurt a cat. Just remind yourselves of that. 2 years of French class. Yeah, I took 6 months. That was enough. Skip! Howdy, Skip. How is it going, sir? How's the weather there in El Paso? I think I will passo on that weather because it is not for me. Too damn dry. Makes your aqua lung bleed. Just wait till you get back to Houston and all that time you spent in El Paso comes back to haunt you and you're going like, I can't breathe. Quite literally, people from a dry climate moving into Houston, first thing it feels like is either pneumonia or COVID. Air is thick. And that's at best. Well, Skip, I will believe that statement of hot. Andrew Sirigliano, very happy Saturday to you too, sir. Howdy, welcome in. Glad to have you on board. Of course, we're all happy that Skip's home finally from Alaska. That's like this awesomeness. Can't say it enough. Just, man, real glad you made it through all that and there was no major issues. We did appreciate the Gumby pictures, though. And for those of you who don't know what a Gumby picture is, it's those red rubber suits that you're forced to wear when you're doing drown proofing for Alaska. Well, one of them will be going live, hopefully, unless, of course, they've decided to schedule somebody else. But soon, they will actually be in the same building. I believe Steph is in Houston right now because her job is already basically started. And on Wednesday, her job starts for real. That's according to her. I've already asked her this morning. And Skip is in El Paso trying to get everything ready to go onto trucks so that it can come to Houston and be set up in their new home. Hopefully I got all that correct, Steph and Skip. I don't mean to speak for you, but if I know the answers, I will. Uh-oh, they're gonna do something crazy. Live together, but in different towns. Hell. Live together, but different time zones. Still in the same state. 12 and a half hours separated. But yeah. Okay, you can probably make it in 11, but somebody's really got to kind of put that lead foot down, and you sort of need to know where the police might be hanging out. Otherwise, you will be detained for a little bit. But there's some places in Texas where there ain't nobody. And the cops don't even patrol it because they're like, why? Andrew, it definitely does sound like a cannonball run. If anybody ever wants to go all the way across United States of America on I-10, I'm going to warn you, you're going to be in Texas a while. I don't care what kind of vehicle you think you have and what kind of top speed you think you can manage. You are still going to be in Texas for a while. I-10 is 880 miles. Just Texas. Quarter? I was thinking closer to a third, Steph. I mean, if you start on I-10 and you drive right up into Louisiana, and stop just before you get to Texas, and then the next day you drive all the way across Texas, and the next day saying that you've stopped at the last place in Texas, the next day you can make it into California on legal speeds, but you are going to be sick of Texas because It is just going on forever. Or at least it feels that way when you're taking I-10. Howdy, Steve and Kathy. How are y'all? Great to see you. Yeah, but Ganjawana, you get some interesting things going I-80. There are some actually interesting things. And coast to coast, either direction, you almost always are going to go through some interesting things, one way or the other. But that stretch of Texas, like once you leave Houston proper and get out into the countryside, there's about 100 miles there where there's almost nothing. There's a Buc-ee's in Luling, but that's about it. And then you hit San Antonio. And then once you get outside of San Antonio proper, you get this long stretch of, oh my God, you thought there was nothing between Houston and San Antonio? There's hills and mountains, and that's it. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, James. Great to see y'all both. Sharon, great to see you in today. Now, of course, I'm smoking a cigar just because it's so much easier to smoke a cigar while doing a live. Really, is it really closer to 45% of I-10 is in Texas? Holy cow. Now, I'm going to explain this as best I can. If you drive on the border of Vermont, all the way around Vermont, you have covered 5 miles less than I-10 in Texas. You can circle a state or you can drive across one. Sounds pretty crazy. And then they go and make this crazy thing where they put Texas on 2 pages of a map, but they'll put 4 pages out there of Ohio. Yeah. Here's another fun statement. Texarkana, Texas is closer to Chicago, Illinois than it is to El Paso, Texas. Go ahead. Go ahead. Prove me wrong if you can. You can't. Go ahead. Oh, is Betty there too? Betty! Howdy, Betty. I hear you, Steve. Don't worry, I've heard that one before. But you know why it's always windy in Oklahoma? That's because Dallas sucks and Nebraska blows. Sorry, Ganji. I know it kind of got you with that one. It's not untrue, though. Yes, but Ganji, you are so much closer in Nebraska to Sturgis. I mean, for you, Sturgis could be a day trip. A hell of a long day trip, but still a day trip. Howdy, Todd. Great to see you in today. So, how are we all doing? Hopefully, well. I think somebody just cleared out most of the good stuff at the garage sale. Ah, oh, come on, Ganji. If you actually owned a good motorcycle, you would too. Just to say you've been there once. I've seen him in the last 2 weeks a couple of times, Steph, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody's actually seen him in the last week, anyways. Oh, which stick? Sorry, this is the Punch Classico Champion shape. They call it the Champion shape. It is basically a Solomon. Starts from a narrow end, raises to a fat middle, and then like a pyramid runs back towards the end. Well, Andrew, depending upon how strong you like a cigar, if you do not like a particularly strong cigar, I would not suggest any of the Punch lineup. If you really, really like a good strong cigar, the Punch Diablo is exquisite. Very tasty. And I'm going to tell you, be prepared to sit in a chair for a while because you're not going to want to stand up afterwards. Steve, you are always welcome in here, sir. I don't mind you coming in. I don't mind you throwing those left hooks. It's all good. I appreciate it. Plus, as you were a bull rider, and well, I lived practically at the largest ranch in America, we kind of have some understanding between ourselves there. Oh no, Steph's not smoking. Well, I understand why you're doing the live from inside. You sweat to death sitting outside. If y'all are wondering about what's in the coffee cup, it's water. Okay, there was coffee in it earlier, but it's water now. Okay, Andrew, if you like the San Andreas Maduros, I will dig into the some knowledge here and tell you there's one from the Monte Cristo lineup, and I'm not sure. No, it's not Monte Cristo. I believe it's Romeo and Julieta, San Andreas. Very good. And then there is one from Crown Heads, and oh god, I forgot the name of the cigar, but Crown Heads makes one, and the box has a picture of a bull on it. Oh god, those two, if you're really into the San Andreas Maduros, exquisite smokes. But be a little wary of the San Andreas Maduro. It always gets me with that head swimming feel. Oh yeah, the Punch Devil bobblehead. It came out because of the the Punch Diablo. Great stick, wonderful. I believe that stick starts with an M, but I don't remember the name. It's like right there at the back of your head. It's gonna bug the hell out of me. Sorry about that for anybody who's wondering. Yeah, when I lose a name or knowledge like that, I'm just like, ugh. But yeah, Crown Heads made a San Andreas wrapper Maduro that's absolutely phenomenal. One of them is called the Willie Lee, and the other one I believe might be Jack Brown. Of the two sizes that I've had, but both of them were really good. Clifford Higgins, howdy sir, great to have you in. You doing all right today in Arkansas? At least I hope so. They're calling it a COVID-19 Delta variant super spreader event. I didn't know Kamala Harris was going. Oh, yes. Damn. By the way, that's right. I'll see you. Alec Bradley Puck. Found 10 of those. And the white gold for, you know, that's not going to be terrible. I think the white gold, you're not getting a great deal across 10. You're getting a deal, but they're only taking like 10 cents off a stick. It's not really that great of a deal, in my opinion. I've had the Puck a couple of times. God, for the same price, I think I would just go with some more of those Drew Estate factory smokes. I mean, because it's pretty much the same price, but you get 25 in a bundle instead of 10. I mean, I'm not saying that the Alec Bradley are bad. I'm looking at the expense of it, and I'm not sure that they're so much better that I would go off of one and get to the other and take less sticks for the same price. Fed and watered the chickens. Well, you gotta have a bunch of chickens. Feeding them 18 kids. I know it's only 6, but still. Cliff, the Drew Estate cigars are pretty damn good. And the factory smokes, their lowest of their low lineup, is still crazy good. Oh, okay, so $50 for a bundle of 20 total, and you get the puck and the white gold. That's a damn good deal. The Dogma, yeah, the Dogma has always been a decent blend. James, that's quite possible. I mean, anybody who's still just absolutely saying, oh yeah, Biden's great, when he sits there and comes out and says yesterday or the day before that 350 million Americans have been vaccinated. There ain't 350 million Americans, and I haven't been vaccinated, so his number's gotta be off. And every American under the age of 12 is supposedly not able to get it because of health issues. And in cancel culture, I don't know how people are going to be able to vote for Kamala Harris. Her family, as recently as her father, owned slaves. Hey, it's a fact. I'm not talking crap, I'm talking facts. And if it wasn't for a different Willie Lee, Kamala Harris wouldn't be anything. Big Willie style. Oh yeah, Ganji. Over in Jamaica, where it was still legal. Oh, and she's Jamaican and Indian. So she's a Rasta Indian. Indian, dots, not the feathers. And I'm not saying that to be in any way trying to make some kind of crazy statement about dots or feathers, but that's the easiest way to differentiate between an American Indian and a India Indian. I'd be more apt to have a American Indian as president than I am to have an India Indian as president. At least the American Indian has a little bit of pride in this chunk of world that we still call America. India Indians just tend to run call centers and say things in English that I'm not sure they actually understand. Uh-oh, Steph's getting a drink. Sure, I could just say from India, but if I've already said Indian, to make sure that I'm not casting shade on Steve and Kathy. Well, I will also say that my family worked out there in the fields with the slaves because they were sharecroppers. Is what it is. Paul's back. Howdy, Paul. I'm laughing along there with you, Cliff. Well, unfortunately, for those of Native American descent, um, the quick, simple term being Indian, but then you get into specific tribes and specific territory of the Indian, and it gets very convoluted, and there's a lot of people in other countries that would not understand how crazy it can get and how quickly it can go that way. Jose, ¿cómo estás, amigo? Well, hey, we're pretty well peopled up right now. And because we've got enough people here, let's go ahead and do a bowl call. As per different, I am smoking the Punch Classico Champion. It's because I am the champion, my friends. Now, Cliff is probably not smoking anything because it's late enough in the day, his family's probably up. Ah, crooner and a country gentleman. Very nice. And let's see, Arcadian Perique in a J Mouton pot. Very nice. Amphora Original in a chai latte tea. Ah, before it got hot as hell, yeah. Johnny Saltwater Piper sent some Manhattan special. I'm going to try on the live tomorrow. Ah, cool. Smoking an Al Capone filtered cigar. Oh, God. We never even sold those at our shop. We saved those for the people that went to the liquor store that was next door. Barking Squirrel in a meerschaum. Very nice. I've heard barking squirrels actually fantastic. Smoking some RLP later though. I hear you. DDT. Mr. Canada. How you doing, sir? Great to have you on board. Cooking salmon for lunch? Sounds like a good lunch. Henry Waterman cigar, or Winterman cigar. Those are actually pretty good. Oh, and for anybody that heard my joke earlier, it wasn't that particular Dallas that makes barking squirrel. It was the city. Oh, sorry to hear that, Todd. Though I hear Largo menthol clears up your sinuses. Good luck with that, though. Ah, the Royal Twist. Very nice, very nice. Man, I'm so thrilled to have all of y'all here today. This is awesome. It's crazy hot out here, so this is really awesome. And hey, because Skip's now home and he'll be able to participate in Steph and Skip's live, it's even better. Oh, goodness. So did y'all hear that Alphabet Incorporate, the same place that owns Google, the same place that owns YouTube, basically sent me a nasty gram saying that they're going to have to age restrict my videos. Darn. And that my videos are not appropriate for commercialization. Darn. My whole less than 300 followers. By the time I have enough people to actually make money on commercials, I'm going to be old and dead. I will fully be worm dirt by that point in time. Actually, I'll be cremated, but that's a different story. Orange slices covered in chocolate. Sounds good to me. Sounds like a good time to have some fun in the river. Yeah, Joe, I'm missing out on all that ad money. Boris! Huvailta, Boris! Great to see you, sir. This is just awesome. That we can come together, people from all over the world. We just hang out and talk like people. Whether we're in North America or South America or Europe or Asia, every once in a while, even some Australians. Haven't even seen any Africans yet, but that's okay. We might someday. Yes, Jose, I am really not into having them put ads into my videos. If they do decide they want to put ads in my videos, I would really appreciate it if they just go ahead and cut me my little portion of a check. I'm not asking for all the money, I just want my little portion of it. they don't want to do it, so that's why they told me that my content is not going to be appropriate for putting commercials in. And as far as age restrictions on my videos, they said they're going to restrict it to 18. I've already got a disclaimer right there on every one of my videos. It says, not suitable for anybody under the age of 21. It also says, not suitable for anybody who is easily offended. And the way I believe, if you are easily offended, it's because you set out to get offended. People who are not easily offended, they're just like, whatever. Well, if they would give me an option for which ads I could put on my videos, it would be any ads that go along with pipe or cigar smoking, including accessories for such things. It would be full of alcohol ads and well, any gun manufacturers that would wish to advertise, I would love to have them. All right, Cliff, one thing, because I had a shattered kneecap once. Knee replacement surgery is a little easier, but not by much. You gotta get her walking and keep her walking. You gotta rebuild all those muscles around that knee, and the sooner it happens, the better. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be difficult. But if she doesn't do the work, she's always going to be stuck doing less, and it's going to be worse. I'm saying this as someone who's been through it. Holly also had a knee replacement. So, yeah, I've been through it twice. Once as a bystander and once as, oh yeah, this actually happened to me. Major pain. Not fun at all. Oh, haven't done the second portion of the Death Nuts Challenge. Yes. I hear you there. Don't worry. I did more of the Death Nuts Challenge than a lot of people, though. Now that I know you can eat one peanut and call it doing the Death Nuts Challenge, shoot, this is easy. And mine didn't show up with rules, it just showed up. I didn't know the rules, so I screwed it all up doing what I did. Now I know. But if you're going to set your head on fire, the Death Nuts Challenge is the way to go. All right, Jose, have fun. Shortly, we should be over on Steph and Skip's channel. So if you're done soon enough, we'll probably be over there. Come on, DDT. You can't do that to somebody who's having sinus issues. That would be gross as their nose starts running all the way down their face. I mean, it will clear out your sinuses. Oh, yeah, it will clear them out. Be like a water faucet. That would be horrible. Give them 10 minutes. I'll give you 11 if you want it, Steph. $12, $13. I'm not picky. And I'm not trying to force anybody to go live if they can't do it. Yay, Dingus is not taking us to the shower with him. I've heard that he does that from time to time. Betty might want to see that. Not so much here. And yes, if you're going to jump in the shower, make sure you're doing jumping jacks. That way the water hits the pits too. Raw garlic, onions, and hot sauce on a cheese sandwich. That'll work. It'll knock the crap out of your head, that's for sure. Oh, that sweet Texas music that Odie loves to play. For Odie, it sounds like money. Odie would be a rich, rich man if he moved to Texas. We mow year round. I mean, it slows down a little bit in the winter time, but not by much. Okay, maybe not all of Texas, but the Houston area, we do mow year round. Great, the lawnmowers that have no noise control. They're louder than cicadas. So much fun. It's just awesome. All right, so for those of you who like to do a lot of praying, y'all remember little Zoe? That's part of Steve and Kathy's family. Cliff Higgins' mother-in-law. Todd with his sinus issues. And, you know, basically the whole planet. Yes, Jose Golf Piper, they do mow pretty much year-round up in Arlington, except for when they start falling under water restrictions, and then they just kind of sweep the dust. I got family in Garland. I'm sure if you're in Arlington, you know where Garland is. Yeah, you got to stay off the mower when it's raining because it'll just ruin your equipment. And the thunder and lightning is not really all that healthy to be out there holding on to a metal something that can possibly attract lightning. Yes, Jose, I know where Arlington is. I've been there. During the water restriction, their whole grass starts turning brown because they can't get water. They can't water enough, and it doesn't rain enough. And if it is raining enough, then their lawns are great and green. I will say, if you want to take the time to do it, Jose, and you have enough sunshine, zoysia is the best grass to have for a lawn in that area. Absolutely phenomenal. And it is so soft, it's like stepping on a carpet. Oh, a corded electric mower, even better. Yeah, that could suck all kind of different ways. Make sure you got a GFCI plugged in. Come on, everybody up in that area believes in the Cry Boys. They'll tell you all about their 5 Super Bowl wins. Of course, they haven't been to the Super Bowl this century, but no big deal. Oh, absolutely phenomenal, Steve. Great to hear that. Hips always take time to heal. Now, once they're fully healed, they're normally just fine, but it's the whole not being able to move, not being able to do much of anything. I mean, trying to immobilize a whole leg, it's difficult. At best, it's difficult. But that's what's got to be done for healing like that to happen. It's either that or they go in and they pin it together and insert rods and stuff like that, and that's even worse. That always comes back to bite them later because then the rods will fail at some point. It's part of the reason why knee replacements eventually wear out. Part of the reason why I had to wire my kneecap back together instead of just doing a whole knee replacement. I had the option, a whole knee replacement or just wiring the kneecap back together. But they said wiring my kneecap back together would last 25 to 30 years and the knee replacement would probably only last me 20 years. And I said, well, damn, I might be able to actually outlive wiring it back together. Oh, Steph is live. Okay. Thank you, Boris. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure having y'all here with me this afternoon and morning. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all's time and effort to help me make my show at least worthwhile to be here. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, do the best you can on that. And as always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care. I'll see you on Steph's channel here in just a minute.